The shorts.
Really?
Yeah. I was up on the stage in Amsterdam thinking, fucking.
How do I get a flash? Oh, can you see me? I'm going live on Facebook. Fuck it. I wouldn't tell. No, I don't think we can see. I don't think we can be seen. They can probably hear us. Can you see? You can't see me, can you?
Can you not turn the camera on?
Yeah, I've turned it around. It's looking at me.
I mean, the other way.
Oh, hey, give me a torch. That's it. We got a torch.
Here you go.
All right, hey, give us that torch. Give us a torch.
Use the blue one.
All right, turn that one off. Hello, Facebook. It is Gary Weaving, CEO and founder of Forgotten Veterans UK. Who's that? I'm going to currently do a live feed from the fireplace, but unfortunately it's rather dark, so I've got a creepy blue light instead. We've been having a great time. It's been a really good evening. We've been having banter. They're all wrong-uns that shouldn't be in the army. Perverted little creatures, the lot of them. But it's nice to know nothing changes. They're nice group of artillery lot. Couple of chicks. There's one here next to me, a bombardier. I wouldn't fucking argue with her. Sorry, I wouldn't argue with her. Put it that way. But we've had a really good time. A couple of them have had to go off to see the girlfriends because they can't go one night without them, which is a bit of a shame because wait till you go on tour, you're going to be screwed. But that's the new ones. Stephen Codd. Hello, God. I'm sorry, Stephen. It's the fucking name. Sorry, done it again. It's the name, mate. I find them really. I find him really funny. I'm so immature. So, who else have we got there? Anyone else? Is there anyone else out there today? Come on, say hi. It can't only be Stephen. Anyone else? No, we ain't got no one else. It's that time of night. Anyway, we've had a really good day. The food's been great. There's some chili con carne for dinner. And I've never had sour cream. What the hell was that about? I was looking at it thinking, I'm sure we're meant to be having this with pudding. But I threw it on the old chili and it was actually quite a nice surprise. It was really nice, the old sour cream, I'll be truthful. So there's going to be a lot going on tomorrow. Early start. We've got a lot of people tipping up from building heroes. We've got other volunteers coming down. We got the cadets coming. Whoop, 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 whoop. We got band camp. I don't think I want to blow on that float. We've got band camp. Sorry, I'm in one of them moods. We've got band camp tomorrow night. The cadets from Denmead are going to come and have a little practice, bang some bock and spills and all of that. And then we're going to do the veteran version. We're going to put them to shame. It should be interesting. We're going to do some marching about and beating the bass drum. I've only got one arm though, so I might have to use my head. But apart from that, it'll be good. They're all sitting there looking at me like I'm absolutely off my crust, and they're thinking, why on earth? People on Facebook used to think I was sensible, normal and polite. And since I found the live feed, it's just all gone wrong, isn't it? Because really, you've realised I'm a twisted idiot that loves it and enjoys the banter. So anyway, it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed myself. I'm surprised we're still all awake. I found one bloke in bed at 5:45 for some reason. I was like, what are you doing? He says, I'm tired, it's a bit cold. I was like, you absolute fanny. You should have joined the engineers, it would have made a man of you instead. It's been interesting talking to the new serving soldiers. We haven't had an artillery lot down here yet, so that's been quite exciting. We had some Royal Engineers down there. Now we're going to have the artillery lot. Hopefully we're going to be using them more in the future with further projects because there's only so much polishing their barrel that they can do and whatever they do in their spare time. So if they want to come down here more, we're hoping to do a memorial garden next year. I've got a fantastic idea and plan for that, and I've been digging around at the council for some funding for that. See, that's the reality of it. I go to the civvies, they want to help, and they do. I go to my own community with mega money, and they don't want to help. So, you know, is that maybe where we're going wrong? Possibly. That's the truth of it. I have to say it as it is. Problem is, though, the council can't just give me a cheque, unfortunately. They can give me funding and grants for certain things, but they can't actually give us funding to help keep this place afloat, which is a real shame, to be quite honest. But, you know, c'est la vie, we know that. I've had a bit of a yui from the RBL. They saw my video yesterday, and they've actually changed their minds, and they're going to come down the fault and have a look. And I respect that, I really do, because that Craig Spence, the new manager of RBL South, he come to me open-minded, even after he'd seen that video, and said, look, let's try and sort this out. I want to come down the fault and have a look. And I said, well, that's all you had to do in the first place. You know, it's simple. All you had to do is pay a bit of interest in the first place. And he said, well, he can't speak for the past manager, but he hopes to rectify any problems and hopefully see what they can do to support us. So I thank them for that, and I appreciate that. Who else is joining me in the corner? Christine Langham. Hello, love. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a good day. I'm very tired. I didn't go to sleep till about 2. I was sending emails, and then I had a bit of a nightmare, and I was up at 5, and then I started thinking about historical building products, which was a bit sad, and I couldn't go back down, to be truthful. I couldn't settle. So I come down here early and started you know, preparing for people to come down here. I can't do a lot, you know me, I'm a bit bloody lame, but I do what I can. Hello, Hillary, how you doing, love? Lovely to see you. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully on the 26th. It's not the same camp without you, Hillary, my love, because the boys need tucking in. So I'm on IC tucking in duties tonight. I'm going to make sure they're all nice and tight and scrumptious, and I'm going to message their mums and telling them they're safe.
And we're all very, very scared already.
Yes, yes. There's some nice lads. Oh, who else we got? We got Mel Thompson on the firm. Hello, Mel. Lovely to see you. Bit of a result, Gary. Well done, mate. Well, I've suffered with my anger problems for many years, and it was an obvious sign of my undiagnosed PTSD. And I used to lose it with everybody. I was a completely different person. And the reality of it is, I work very hard every day to keep that in the box. But it got to the point recently, and especially yesterday, I hit a crunch point. I just went, that is it. I have had enough. I am calling this out. This is not acceptable, and I think the public should start to realise this. In some, we know they do good work. We know they do. I'm not denying that. You know, these charities do good work, and without them, we'd be screwed. But they could also do an awful lot more. And they could do a lot more by sponsoring and helping some of the smaller, well-run, selfless charities. Because, you know, all these £3 million centres, they're great, right? But that's not what the blokes are after. They're after things in their own community. That's the truth. You know, you go up there, you get looked at, you get podded and poked, you're treated like some sort of patient, you know, by sometimes people that aren't, you know, they've come straight out of university. They've not got a clue who we are. And actually, sometimes I think that's not what they're after. They're after this. They're after banter around the fireplace. They're after sharing experiences. They're after basic mental health. you know. So let's give them that, and that's what's going to happen. Oh, I had a really interesting conversation today. Really interesting. I had a production company get in contact with us, a really big one, and they are interested in commissioning a documentary for mainstream telly. And we're not talking one, they may be talking about a whole series. A whole series on this charity, on our journey, on the people it helps, the individuals, the characters, and really get to the underlying problem, you know. So there's trouble coming. I'll play nicely, but I need to be helped. It's nothing to be ashamed of, mate. I also suffer with PTSD. It's hardly surprising after all the hard work you put in. No, well, thanks a lot, mate. I appreciate that. Really do. Thanks, Andrew. I thought farming would be good for veterans, working with a tractor, animals. Good for the mind. Well, yes. I weren't into all that therapeutic stuff, but I'm a bit of a man's man, you know, bit of a geezer, and I thought it was all a bit soft. I wasn't into sort of massages and reflexology and all the yin and the yang and the, you know, and all the acupuncture. I just thought it was all in between the ears mainly, but I can actually see the real benefit from it, genuinely. Reflexology, I don't know if you've ever tried reflexology, but reflexology is amazing. I never knew. My reflexologist picked up a sciatic nerve that was missed through rubbing my toe. How crazy is that? And I thought, you're mad. I thought this lady's been sniffing the foot oil. I really did. And I went back about 6 weeks later, and she said, have you seen your surgeon yet? And I said, no, because I don't get to see him that often. I see him a few times a year. And she said, you must go and see your surgeon. And fair enough, they picked it up. They found it. Oh, Mrs. Weaving's on the phone. I've just clocked her in the corner. She ain't ever far behind me. What's she like? Hello, Mrs. Weaving. Lovely to see you. What's the time? It's past 9 o'clock. I'm surprised you're not asleep, love, to be honest. Are you missing me? Don't answer that. Andrew David McCoy, Gary the Miss TV star. I don't want it to turn into that. I don't. I think with the discussion with the company, you know, it was clear that I'm the sort of vassal that all these people have come through, you know, and then it filters out onto my team from there. And yeah, part of my story is part of what's built this charity. And to compare and to understand and to get the real compassion of what we're doing and why we're doing it and why I've done this from the start and what drives me, even though it costs me a fortune and I go without to do this. You know, you've got to have that story to build it up, you know, and then it'll obviously go into the people that we meet, the characters, their time. It's all a pie dream at the moment, but it's a very good company. They're talking about Channel 4, BBC One, they're talking mainstream channels, and I thought they just meant one show. So to turn around and say we could end up making a series out of this could be incredible, you know, because I've got a lot to say and so are the people around me. I won't be just doom and gloom because that's not the way I roll, you know. People do, it's all very good slapping your gums, bitching away, all right, but unless you back it up with some positivity and some solutions, you're just a bitch, really. And when I first come onto Facebook, and I had no idea how it all run, I got people coming to me and said, well, there's civilians in this group. Why is there civilians? I've seen a civilian. And I'm like, well, we are civilians. And we're married to them. We're associated. My nan's one. They need somewhere too. And actually, if it wasn't for the civilians donating half as much as they do, the veterans are very good, don't get me wrong, you know, we wouldn't be afloat. So we do have to rely on the wider world. And the reality of it is, if we've ain't got the civvies behind us, we've got nothing. Because we've shown, especially the last couple of days, with what Gus has been doing, me losing my rank yesterday, we've shown that if we put a little bit of pressure back, you know, if we keep making enough noise, they cannot ignore it. And there's only so many veterans that can all stand together and keep saying the same thing before the public start to listen. So, you know, I want to bond with the large charities. I want to work with them. I want them to understand us. I want to offer our services, our help. But unless you're going to talk to us, unless you're going to let us help, you know, it ain't going to happen, is it? Keep going, keep it real, mate. Get the point across. Hello, Anne. Anne Gallagher. She's one of my favourites. An absolute firecracker if you cross her. I wouldn't. But a lovely girl and does an awful lot in the veteran community in her niche and hobbies. Has always supported us, and I hope she always will. You know. See, this live feed stuff, okay, I am worried people think I'm trying to become someone, you know, I'm trying to become an entertainer, I'm trying to become a personality, because it was never about that, and that's why I refused to do it for so long, you know. It weren't long ago, I even had my picture taken, because I wanted people to know that it wasn't about me. I'm not trying to sell a book. I'm not trying to flog a fitness bloody supplement. I'm not trying to, you know, sell merchandise and make money. This is about the veterans, and it always was. I think everyone's fucked off. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Granger! No, there is one. Is there any more?
Yeah, they've gone to bed.
They've all gone to bed. The moment I started talking, they've all gone to bed. What did that tell you, eh? So it's been a great day. A couple of complications, waiting for permissions from Historic England, but you know, you get in bed with the best, you got to expect it, unfortunately. But we've now got clearance to paint tomorrow. It enabled us to do really make sure the prep was done as much as we possibly could. When you see the walls, you'll be like, how do you prep that? But you can, you know. I've even educated them, because they call it pissing down. I'm going to piss down the line seam paint tomorrow with a large amount of line seed. And they were like, can you do that? And I said, of course you can. Because what you need these walls are like 3 metres thick. And the moment you go on with that thick linseed paint, this historical paint, it's going to just, you know, it's going to be so hard to rake up. And so we're going to piss it down so it sucks in, dries, and put some mist coat of seal on it. I've got one of the little oinks from 12 Artillery at Thorney Island was a professional painter and decorator. Ching ching, happy days. So he's getting all the glory work. We got Building Heroes turning up tomorrow. There's going to be an absolute shed load of those. Exciting days. We got band camp tomorrow night. Watch out for that live feed. That's going to be quite a good one. Jesse Cotton, haven't you got the fire going? Yes we have, but because we're about to I think we're going to start calling night. I've asked them not to put anything more on the fire because we need to let it burn out. We've had the security guards around here tonight. He's a veteran, he's a lovely bloke. He always comes over for a chat for 5 minutes, you know, see how it is. And he was artillery as well, so he's had an amazing chat with some of this lot. Excuse me, don't tell the wife I've been smoking. He's a lovely bloke. He's going to be a real gem at this fort. We're going to be building in processes with the we call it the guardhouse, but it's not. It's a reception. But it's monitored 24 hours a day. There's always some. It's not a sleeping stag. So this is the glory of this place, you see, right? I've heard of one or two other very, very small projects of literally 6 veterans sat under a tarpaulin in the woods somewhere, all right? And I'm not knocking that, and I hope that the veterans that go there get something from it, because it is the same sort of ethos as what we're doing. But what I question is, you know, it's an unsecure location. Someone gets up in the middle of the night and decides to do toes, they're gone. You know, you ain't stopping them. At least with this fort, because it is a fort, and because there's motion cameras everywhere, there's infrared a lot. So the moment they come out of our area in the middle of the night, the security guard will see them straight away, and then the processes keep going. Then the processes fall into suit. You know, they start ringing in, start bringing people down. We've got a lot of that to do, but the preliminary opening will be on the 26th of November. Shit or bust. Whether we're finished or not, it is there. And the reason being, because it then gives us, me and my team, some time to get in here and get settled and get the place working for us. And then come the new year, we've got various clubs starting. We've got the modelling club, we've got someone that wants to do a men's shed, we've got someone that wants to run a breakfast club. They're going to kick off and start being used. We've even got the cadets interested in using this place in the evenings as well at times. And then come the new year, we're going to start bringing in people, 1s, 2s, you know, spending some real quality time with them, and really seeing where we need to improve, where we need to get sharper, where we need to nail things down. Because at the end of the day, safety is everything. If you haven't got safety, I ain't having them on here, because I need to provide safety for the client and safety for the volunteers and the managers working here, and that has always been my main concern. Safety. You cannot go backwards, you know. The reality is we can't stop them doing what they're going to do, you know. They may come away from here and still want to end their lives. And we can't guarantee success, but we can try. And that's all we can do. Try our best. Try our best to wind them down a little bit. Wind them down 10%, 20%. Start giving them focus. Start giving them instant access. Start getting them into hobbies. Start getting them back into their own communities. And if they have to come back in 6 to 8 weeks to have that unwind again, so be it. Because what is it? You know, even if we have to pay for them to come down here, right, all out of the charity, then they come back every 2 months, it's got to be worth every single penny if we save one life. Everything that we have done at this fort, you know, and I've pushed my team, I've pushed them hard, right? Everything they've done will be worthwhile if we save one life next year. One. That's all. Hope isn't funny. It's about giving hope and a sense of meaning. Amazing thing you're doing, mate. Thank you, Andrew. Right, I'm going to end this soon because I've done one today and I don't want to kick the arse out of it. Hope. this is my definition, okay? Hope is a funny thing. Without hope, you lose the will to live. You lose the will to live, and then you want to die. Hope is a very important thing in your life. But to get hope, you must have goals. And the goals must be achievable. Because if they're too unrealistic, you will fail. And then you'll slip out of hope. Then you'll slip back down to no hope. And then back down to suicidal. You got to make small improvements in your life. If you drink too much, drink a bit less. If you sleep too much, set an alarm. If you eat too much, have one burger instead of two. And then the people around you can see that you're making an effort. And it will take time. But you keep doing it. And you keep taking little nibbles, little bites, little goals. And during that time, if you get off your ass and come and help us, or come and help someone else that's vulnerable in our community, it will give you self-respect, and then hope comes back. That's all it is. I just want to give people hope. Hope that someone's listening. Hope that there is an end. Hope that there is a future. That's all. I've done a course recently, and I wasn't that impressed with it, but I took it seriously because it's an important thing. But this is all from the heart. This is all from the brain. This is all from my life, my experiences. And all I try to do is inspire other people, to bring them hope, to give them goals, to give them a future. That's all. And I will never take away from this, ever. Because I get so much from this. Excuse me. I get so much from this. This has filled me full of hope, full of aim, full of goals, full of future. I actually feel like I was put on this earth to do something, and not like it was before. It may be to ruffle as many eye-wrangling feathers as I can, but, if that's what it takes, because they haven't got nothing on me, I'm not beholden to a wage, and that's why I'm dangerous, because I'm prepared to talk the truth. But is it wrong to talk the truth? Really? Or is it wrong to ignore the truth and turn your head the other way? That's wrong. It takes one man with a vision, one man with a set of minerals, to get up and say, that is enough. And I've got to that point. I work with them, I work alongside them, I'll even help them. But now is the time for change. Someone said to me when I first started this, a very wise and experienced man that's been in this community, in this industry for a long time, and he said, Gary, you will never break the wheel, so don't ever try. Well, guess what? I'm going to smash that wheel. I'm going to add grease to it, and I'm going to change the world of veterans, and I'm going to do it one step at a time, one brick at a time. I'm going to take that wall down, and they will have to listen to me in the end, and they'll have to change, because otherwise we'll rise and we'll change it for them. It's as simple as that. And that's some strong words. And some people would say that's very arrogant and very cocksure. But if you don't believe in what you're doing, then stop it, because you're going to fail. It's as simple as that. With your help, and unfortunately, some of your money, because it's the only place I'm getting it from, we are going to change the world of veterans forever. You just watch. You watch us. If people form behind me, stand shoulder to shoulder with me, and believe in me and what we are about, you will see. Everything I said we'd do, we have done. ×5. Everything. Everything. The books are clean. We're not perfect. We know that. We've got to learn a lot more. We know that. You never stop learning. We know that. We screw up. We know that. But we don't turn away and blame someone else. We own it and go, sorry, that went wrong. We could do better next time. And that's what we do, because we're only human. Tony Yates, lovely to see you. Hoping you can pop down at some stage, but if not, don't worry about it. I know you got an operation on Wednesday. Peter Macy's watching. Hi, Big P. Peter Macy's one of my trustees. He's a lovely bloke, very intelligent, works very, very hard for us. Winds me up something rotten, but we're different people. But even when we butt heads, we have a bit of sleep, we have a bit of time apart, and we keep marching. Because he doesn't understand me, but he does, and he knows. And this was meant to happen. I was a bit worried after yesterday. I really was, because it's all right for me to gob off. It's all right for me to raise complaints, but the problem is I'm also dicing with the people around me that have put so much effort into this. And I was really concerned that Historic England might have seen it and not been very happy. Well, that wasn't the answer I got today. They said, good on you. It's now time. And they are upset and horrified that we are not getting helped. And they want to help us. They don't want the big ones because they've got it all. They don't need any more. They don't need places like this. They can build their own from scratch. They want the small people, the grassroots, the hard workers. That's what they want. They want to give people like us a chance. I am the most unorthodox CEO you're ever going to meet. I know that, you know, but it's real. People can get to me. They can talk to me. They can come to me and say, Gary, can you help me with this? What CEO of a charity do you know where you can go straight to the top? I've been trying for the last 2.5 years, and I'm a CEO. So what's the likes of, you know, the little man like us ever getting a chance? That's the reality. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name's Gaz Weaving. And we, as a team, are going to change the world of veterans. You mark my words. I promise you. Right, it's time for bed. I think I'm in the van tonight. I'm not ponchoing up. I've got there's a large wheelbase van here, and I just got in it, and I swear it's colder than outside. So we'll see how that gets along. It's going to be a great night. I'm going to sleep well. I've been up on my feet for a long time. I don't sleep very well at the best of times. People know that. It's been a great day, even though it's quite stressful with a lot going on. But the dream is coming. The world of veterans is coming. Stick with me, stay behind me, and help me. You will not be disappointed. I'm Gaz Weaving. I'm the founder and CEO of Forgotten Veterans. And for me, it's about selfless commitment to others. Good night.